Welcome back to Gothic Homemaking. I'm Aurelio Voltaire and I'm here to help you with all of your eerie, entertaining needs.
Heck yeah, Captain!
It's the spookiest time of year and the perfect time to host a sinister soiree in your haunted home. Now, if you already have my book, Gothic Life, the Essential Guide to Macabre Style, then you already have some frightful food and creepy cocktail recipes to serve. But there's a DIY project in this book that you might find helpful for your delectably dark dinner. No, you petulant and putrid pariah! I'm talking about placeholders.
What?
When you're having a frightful feast in your lair, a nice touch to add to the table setting are place cards with each of your guests' names. That way, your ghastly guests will know where to sit, and they'll feel welcome and extra special when they see their names adorning a spooky sculpture before them. That is going to depend entirely on your behavior, young man. Today we're going to be making a simple project from the Gothic Life book called the Bat's Wishes Place Card Holder. Behold. The project in the book calls for a small vase, but this candle holder I think is going to work out even better and save us a few steps. But first, we're going to need some black lacquer or gloss black spray paint, because we're going to take this thing outside and we're going to paint it black. That's much better. We're off to a great start. Every year around Halloween, I buy these wreaths from places like Michael's or Joann's. I almost never put them up, but I do cannibalize them for projects like this one. I find that these spindly, creepy branches are hugely useful for a great many different dark DIY projects, like this one. I gather a collection of these little artificial branches from a variety of different wreaths to create a wonderfully eerie bouquet. Then I secure it with a rubber band to keep it together. This is now ready to attach. Next, we're going to glue our bouquet into the candle holder, and I find the best glue for that purpose is DevCon 5-minute epoxy. This 2-part epoxy can be poured directly into the recess of the candle holder using this self-mixing nozzle. But I have trust issues, so I'm going to use a little craft stick like this one to mix the epoxy just to be sure that it's going to be mixed thoroughly enough. Before the epoxy hardens, we insert the bouquet and we hold it in place until the epoxy sets. I add more epoxy over the bouquet because, you know, trust issues. Once the epoxy sets, we can paint this area to ensure the glue isn't visible and unsightly. It looks much more polished this way. And now we have our base for the Bat's Wishes place card holder, and we're ready for the bats. In the book, I suggest that you make the bats by drawing them on black cardstock and cutting them out, but I've found a shortcut. Craft stores like Joann and Michael's usually have these little paper bats around Halloween, and we can just use these to save ourselves some time. Now all we have to do is write the name of each guest on the bat using a white paint marker. Only time will tell. Now, all you have to do is attach the bat to the branches using a bit of hot glue, and voila! You have a pretty macabre place card holder. I think our guests will be really pleased when they see one of these on the table waiting for them. But wait, because we can make this more gothic by adding something extra ghoulish right here. These are miniature skeletons you can get at places like Michael's or Joann Fabric around Halloween. They're a bit stiff, but we can change their pose by heating them up with a heat gun until they're malleable. Then we can reposition them so they can give a big black bat a nice big hug. Next, we find a nice spot on our place card holder for little Mr. Skeleton here, and once we're sure about the positioning, we add a bit of hot glue to the feet and spine, and we glue him into place. That looks much better already. Now we just take our black bat and place it directly into the skeleton's hands. And now we have this lovely place card holder that I think any morbid soul is going to swoon over. Isn't that just lovely? Here's another approach if you want to make something a little simpler or perhaps just a bit less macabre. I don't know, maybe it's for a wedding or something. Just watch. Do you want to be invited for dinner? Well, alrighty then. Here we have a different candle holder with a more classic and demure shape. But this time, we will use a satin finish black spray paint. Once again, we're going to take this thing outside and we're going to paint it black. The more modest shape and satin finish give it a more classic and reserved look, definitely less ostentatious. We repeat the process of creating our creepy bouquet. Using DevCon 5-minute epoxy, we glue it into the candle holder, holding the bouquet in place until the epoxy hardens. And now we have a similar version of the place card holder. And this time, we can just nestle the little bat in the branches like this. Sleek, classic, and beautiful, just like the person it's for. Of course Mayumi's invited. She's my fiancé, fool. Who the hell are you? You're just my ex-lover.
Yikes!
Will you let me finish? He's my ex-lover's lover. Not my ex-lover, my ex-lover's lover. Vampirella liked you better. Yeah, okay, whatever. Dug you? She dug you? Bruh, she dug you up.
He's got a point.
Anyway, back to the project. Another option is to place the name card on the base like this. If you like how that looks, you can just add a spot of hot glue and secure it in place. And you will have yet another version of the Bat's Wishes place card holder. No matter which you choose, I think your guests will be really pleased when they find one of these waiting for them on the dinner table. And there you have it. That is how you make a Bat's Wishes place card holder. And because they're not that difficult to make and the materials are rather inexpensive, consider allowing your guest to take theirs home after the macabre meal. Believe me when I tell you, they shan't forget it. Yes, you can have yours. And yes, of course you're invited to dinner. We may fight, but you're still my oldest unliving friend.
Oh.
In fact, as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna go out back and I'm gonna get you a nice big bowl of bloodworms. Should be fun to watch you eat them for a change. This and so many more dark DIY projects await you in the Gothic Life book and right here on Gothic Homemaking.